From Uttarakhand. So welcome guys, welcome to Study Abroad with Piyush. Welcome to this session on Masters in Australia and why a lot of Indian students are looking to go for that, because this has become a great opportunity for Indian students, and we are going to be talking about that in detail, why studying in Australia can be a great opportunity. In fact, right now I'm in Oxford City in UK, not in Australia, but I'm in UK, guys, right now, and I'm going to be I'm learning about all the countries so that I can tell you the comparison between them. And I've been interviewing students here in the UK, and they have some really tough stories about finding jobs here. And I'm going to share those realities of other countries as well with you. Maybe give you a quick tour of the campus as well. So let's start, guys. Today's quick agenda is going to be, I've introduced a little bit about myself, who I am, why Australia, what's so great about Australia, and what's happening there right now. We're also going to talk about some real, authentic, government-backed resources in where you can find the right kind of career opportunities, the jobs, how many jobs are there, and which cities are having those jobs. I'm going to give you all of that information in this video, guys. So if you really want to understand Australia, those are the resources that you should use. We're going to talk about top universities. We're going to talk about top scholarships. I'm going to give you at the end of the session, towards the end of the session, I'm going to give you university by university, how much scholarship can you expect. Now, isn't that great, guys? I'm going to let you in all the secrets of scholarships at the end of the session. We're going to talk about tuition fees, cost of living, post-study work rights. You know that you can get maximum work rights in Australia. But what are the conditions? I'm going to tell you that so that you understand and do not get fooled by agents and consultants who are giving you packages, who are giving you all kind of nonsense. So be fully informed around work rights. We're also going to be talking about the whole visa process of Australia, which has two really important parts. One is the funding. How do you finance your Australia education? Very, very critical, guys. You need to know this. Otherwise, you will end up making wrong choices. And two is the genuine student requirement. What is the genuine student requirement? And how do you prepare your profile to clear the genuine student requirement? And I'm going to be talking about both of them to you. Sorry, guys, there might be some background noise. Some students are having fun and I think making some sounds, but I'm sitting inside a university in Oxford. So it might be a little bit of challenge, but I hope that's not a problem. And then we're going to leave it for Q&A, and I'm going to answer all your questions, guys. So lovely. I hope that is clear. Let's get started now. So a little bit about me. I'm Piyush. Sorry, I'm Piyush Bhartiya. I'm part of the team Admit Card. I started this company almost about 8 years ago. We are a team of around 200 odd professionals, counselors, career enthusiasts who help and tell you about the opportunities of studying and working around the world. And we help you with admissions, visas, accommodation, financing, getting education loan, remittances, anything and everything that you might need to fulfill your dream across all countries, not just Australia, but UK, US, Canada, Germany, Ireland, France, any country you name it, we got you. And we have a great track record. Just a little background on who I am. कहाँ से हूँ मैं क्या करता था. I am an undergraduate student from IIT Roorkee, and then I did my MBA from IIM Bangalore. I'm Bangalore for their MBA program. I also studied in Sweden at KTH, which is one of their top universities, and also in China, in Tsinghua University in Beijing, which is also their top university. So I've studied at some of the best schools around the world. I worked for the #1 oil and gas services company. Worked in Middle East, worked in Mexico, worked in Africa, worked all over the world, and then worked as a management consultant for Boston Consulting Group. A lot of you guys might be looking at doing your career on the business side, and BCG might be a high priority employer for you. So if anybody wants to know about consulting, also do put your questions and I will answer that as well for you. That's a little bit about me, guys. Last 8 years, I've devoted my life to careers and helping you guys build better careers, get better jobs, and grow as individuals. And our company and myself, we are highly certified. We have been accredited as a top counseling company by ISEF, which is a global accreditation, by AIRC, which is an American accreditation, and by British Council, which is a British accreditation. British Council has accredited me, and majority of my team members are British Council certified as top counselors from around the world. And we're going to be having support of our friend Satya Prakash on this journey. So all of you guys, we're going to be giving you a link to book a one-on-one session with us. And if you guys would like to, book a session, then Satya Prakash and me will going to take these sessions and help you clarify all your doubts for Australia. And yes, if you have any questions, if you're joining in from the mobile, check out the 3 dots on the bottom. When you click on it, you will find something like tools. Click on tools, and once you click on tools, you will find the Q&A. If you use this Q&A, you can put your questions there, and I'm going to answer all your questions. So without any further ado, guys, also just one quick point. This is my YouTube channel, guys. It's called Study Abroad with Piyush. Thanks, my friend, for the coffee. Thank you, guys. I'm going to keep my coffee here with me a little bit. So that's my YouTube channel called Study Abroad with Piyush. On this channel, you will find lots of information about studying abroad across multiple countries. And if you want to know, more about different countries, real student experiences, reality on ground, then you can go and check out my YouTube channel. And that's a little bit about the background on all of us. So the big question, guys, for today: why Australia and why now? So let's find out. Now, the one big thing is, like always, a testimony that a country is doing well for international students is by seeing that the number of students coming from abroad is rising. Now, if you see that, and I'm not going through that actual link, but just sharing with you the snapshot, if you will see, number of Indian students has grown significantly. There are about 30,000 Indian students coming to Australia every year. So there are about 30,000 students, about 40,000 from China, and around 11,000 from Nepal. So you have students coming from very different countries, a long list of countries, but Indians are one of the major students who are going to Australia. 30,000 is not a small number, and it's growing very fast. And Australia is one country right now that is actually inviting international students. When US is not letting you get a visa, Canada is rejecting your visas, UK, it has become very difficult to get a job. Australia is one country which is PR friendly and willing to accept more and more international students, but they have their conditions, and I'm going to share them with you shortly. So why everyone is, the global slowdown is happening with US and Canada. Australia is standing strong. Australia is inviting international students. It is having policy clarity and strong job alignment to their education system, which makes it a very great destination right now. This is one of the only countries right now where their student intake targets have been increased by around 12%. So they are saying we want to get 12% more students in 2026. So you have a great opportunity to go to a country which is inviting you and not calling you, like a bad word is immigrant. You are an immigrant and they don't want you there. So Australia is an inviting country. They also have very streamlined visa process, very strict, but very streamlined. And practically, I have not had any visa rejections in Australia. So Australia is practically like 100% visa success rate. So if you're applying for a visa, then all your documentation have previously already been checked. So it saves a lot of money. I'm telling you guys, visa fees, loans need to be disbursed sometimes, all of that nonsense. You end up spending so much money in US and Canada process these days, and you don't get your visa. In Australia, that is not the case. Also, in Australia, you can get up to 5 years of post-study work permit. Up to 5 years, guys. UK has reduced its work permit from 2 years to 1.5 years. This is one country which has increased it to 5 years. And I'm going to tell you the conditions on which you can get it. Also, the part-time work rights are 48 hours per fortnight or 24 hours per week. Why is it again very important? Most countries have 20 hours per week. 20, and one shift is 8 hours. So you are able to do two shifts, which is 8 plus 8, 16. But those 4 hours go unutilized. Australia has put a thought to that and given you that flexibility that you can actually do those three shifts of 8, 8, 8. 3 days, 3 full days you can actually work while you are studying, which makes it a game changer because now you have more time and actually you can get more internships because you can meaningfully contribute to those companies and not just be able to work for two or 2.5 days. So this is again a great option. And lastly, it there are very few countries, very few countries that you can get a permanent residency in right now. Australia is one of them. So this is a game, makes it very unique. And why now? So guys, one thing which is happening, Brisbane, which is in Queensland, uh, 2032 Olympics are happening in Brisbane. We all know Australians are crazy about sports. So they are going crazily investing in building new infrastructure, new housing, new highways, new stadiums, new venues. A lot of new things are coming up. A completely new corporate district is coming up in Brisbane. And a lot of the Queensland area. And hence, it is a time where a lot of investment is going into it. Uh, Hospitality, logistics, construction. These are some of the top domains where a lot of new opportunities are coming in because of this medium term. Still 6 years away. Over the next 6 years, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for people in these different domains. And like I mentioned, guys, Australia's got a job-linked education system. Uh, so you study what actually the world needs. And the salaries are moderate. I won't say they're the highest in the world, but they're pretty good. So for example, in engineering, if you're doing civil, mechanical, mining, assume you can get 75 to 80,000 as a starting salary. These are Australian dollars per annum. In IT and data science, cybersecurity and AI fetch the higher amount, and IT comes on the slightly lower end, which is around $70,000 per annum. Nursing and healthcare also has very high employability. Nursing has become a lot more competitive now, but you can expect a salary from $65,000 to $80,000 depending on your prior work experience and prior relevant work experience. Business and analytics, this is where the salary starts slightly lower at around $60,000 to $75,000 per annum. But this is also having much faster career growth if you are good at the skills required by the company. So all of these curriculums are built around employability. And if you are looking at Australia, then these might be some of the domains which you might be interested in. All right. So guys, as I see all of you guys are here, do put it in the chat. Let me know if you guys are here looking to do your masters abroad in Australia, or are you looking to do your undergrad abroad? Let me know in the chat, guys. Put UG for UG, put PG for PG. Garv is looking for UG, COVID, bachelor's. A lot of students looking for bachelor's and a lot of looking for PG as well. Namika, Tarun, PG, Chavi, UG. So we have a lot of students looking for UG, which is fantastic because undergraduate education is one of the best in Australia. It's a bit expensive, and I'm going to come to that point very shortly as well. And the different domains that you guys are looking to study in, there might be different opportunities as well. So guys, thanks for sharing. And I'm going to make my content now, my advice now, balance between undergrad and postgrad, because we have a lot of students here for undergrad as well. So as you can see, this is Australia, guys, right? So these are all the main provinces of Australia. But as you can see, it's a big place. It's larger than India. It's a very big continent. But as you can see, majority of the people actually live in this area. There is this banana shape, boomerang of Australia. This is where most 80% of the Australians live here. There is one Perth on this side. There is one Darwin in Northern Territory. And there is a Tasmania's Hobart. So these are the few other cities which are there, but majority of these people are in this zone. And Brisbane is where the Olympics are going to happen. So Queensland is going to become a big hub for opportunities, and a lot of growth is happening in Queensland area. Why is it important is also when you're thinking about Australia, you need to understand where these provinces are. Take a snapshot, guys, and you can refer back to it later when I'm going to be explaining you some regional specific rules in Australia. All right, guys. So we understand that Australia is a cool place. It's a nice place to be. But what is Australia is a cool place, but where are the jobs in Australia? Now there are two lists which you need to be aware of and you need to understand. So one is a skilled occupation list, okay, and the other one is the occupation shortage list. There's a lot of overlap between the two, not denying it. There's a lot of overlap, but skilled occupation list is basically a list which is used for PR purposes, that in various immigration schemes, which skills are allowed to apply. So I'm going to open this and show you guys. This is the actual link. I'm going to share it with you. And you can see these are the different schemes in which you can apply for PR. And below here, if you will go, you can actually come here and search. So for example, I search for software. So now it is showing me below that there are three jobs, three occupations, software and applications programmer. This is you can use, and these are the different visa categories in which you can apply. These are the various immigration schemes under which this is a part of the immigration policy. So if you're looking for PR, you should do some basic search that what might be the occupation role using with which you can actually apply, which is the PR scheme that you would be using, and is it actually available under that or not. So this is more from thinking from a longer term perspective. Now the other one is the occupation shortage list. Let's open the occupation shortage list as well. So this is the occupation shortage list, guys. What does the occupation shortage list means? It means which occupations have a shortage in which province. So this is overall Australia. This is New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, Southern Australia, and so forth. So if you can see, NS means no shortage, and S means shortage. And these are historical ratings. You can check how historically these things have been changing. So if I look at software, so very interesting why I'm showing this to you guys is when you look at software engineers are there in the skilled list. But is there a shortage of software engineers? No. So there are enough software engineers already. So getting a job as a software engineer is going to be difficult. But if you get a job as a software engineer, you would be eligible across multiple schemes to apply for PR. So don't get fooled by agents. Even if they show you 99%, nobody will even tell you guys about it because nobody wants you to know. They all want to make a fool of you. So don't be a fool. Look at the occupation shortage list to understand which occupation has a shortage. Wherever there is a shortage, there will be opportunity. And which province has a shortage. Okay. You guys understood? If you guys understood, please put yes in the chat. Tell me yes, you've understood. If not, I'm going to repeat this quickly one more time. Shiva says yes, he understood. Parth understood. Mudi Mukpidati understood. Yes. Anamika, Anuruddh, Boro, Piyush, Athar. Good guys, good. Anybody, Jia, thanks for the thumbs up, Jia. Anybody who has not understood? If anybody has not understood, guys, please put it in the chat so that I can help you understand. Right? Can you tell if there is a shortage for data analytics? Very good point. Let's try this out. Let's put data. Data analyst. Now, if you would look at data analyst, data architect, data engineer, data scientist, database administrator, none of these jobs, these are top careers, but there is no shortage. There are already enough students coming in and studying these programs. So these are good programs. There are enough people coming. Not that it's a bad choice to go for this, but there is abundance of people already there. I'm going to do one thing, guys. I'm going to leave this list, this link here with you all, so that you all, my brothers and sisters, can also look into this. And I'm also going to share with you the skilled occupation list. Okay, guys, I've given you both the links. So use this to understand and make an informed choice. Don't get fooled by people who don't want you to know the reality. Also, another important part is the jobs and vacancies data. I'm just going to very, very quickly show you this. This is another place where Australian Bureau of Statistics, this is their government, talking about where are the job vacancies in overall Australia. And as you can see, the job trend. So what they are showing is between private sector and public sector, how are the overall jobs trending? And is the job market growing or job market decreasing? There has been a slight decrease, not significant, but around 3% decrease in the overall jobs in the private sector, where majority are the chances are. But if you look at seasonality, the job vacancies overall job market in Australia has significantly grown. This is COVID time when it really fell down, and then the market really boomed up, and it's still much higher than pre-COVID era, and hence the job market in Australia is now stabilizing at a much higher level as compared to pre-COVID time. So the economy in Australia is actually being able to give many more jobs. So this is another statistical area where you can find and confirm that the job market of Australia is growing and booming. So guys, before we go there, would you guys like to see the campus where I am? I'm sitting right now at Oxford Brookes University. Would you guys like to see a little bit about this university? It's in UK. So if you guys want to see, put yes in the chat. Then I'm going to give you a quick campus tour. Not a lot, but maybe like 30 seconds. I'm just going to show you around. I'm just having my coffee here. All right, you guys can see this. All right, let me see. Let's just take the coffee around. These are all the people here. We are here in UK at Oxford Brookes University. As you can see, we are in the cafeteria, and there's everybody around. There's a nice tall building over here, nice chandelier. And that's here we are. This is the big cafeteria here, and this is where we are at the Oxford Brookes University. This is we're actually sitting outside their career center, where they are talking about, this is their career center here, as you can see. So I do this, guys. I love going and meeting my students all over the world. I was in Dubai last week, and now I'm here in the UK for a while. The idea is to help you guys visualize what's happening. This is entrance to their library, by the way. The students going in to their library, and yeah, a little bit. I hope it was fun. A little bit of interaction, knowing what's happening, where I am, and yeah, there we go. And this is a little bit to talk about, this is how I actually learned everything about studying abroad, about careers, about actual jobs and real student outcomes. Because if you are not connected to your students, if you don't know their reality, we will always be bad counselors. We will be bad at guiding you. I do this very, very passionately, guys. So I'm really excited to show you guys a little bit about this university. And soon you will see all of that on my YouTube channel. So do subscribe to my channel on YouTube called Study Abroad with Piyush. Okay, back to Australia. So we talked about that there is a 5 years post-study work permit available in Australia, right? Now, as you can see, uh, it is not true for all cases. So guys who are going for undergraduate programs, uh, depending on the city that you're going, your post-study work permit will change. So if you're going to major cities, which are three cities, which is Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, UG students will get 2 years of post-study work permit, and PG students will get 3 years of post-study work permit. So as a PG student, you're already getting 3 years, which is highest across all the countries. USA has an OPT of 3 years. Canada can be maximum 3 years, but no visas are only coming. But Australia has a base duration of 3 years for you guys. But if you are studying in some of the regional areas like Adelaide or Perth, then undergrad you will get 3 years, and postgrad you will get 4 years. So you need to also have worked for 2 years as a UG kid in that area, or as a postgraduate student. You should, after your post graduation, you should have worked there for 3 years, and then you get an extension for a year. Same if you are working in regional areas, in especially towns like Toowoomba, then you can get, as a postgraduate student, you can get up to 5 years, and for UG students up to 4 years. Now, this is not dependent on what course you are studying, but most it is dependent on the city that you are studying in. Very important, and hence selecting the right university. One of you guys was initially asking me about, Monash University and University of Sydney. Both of them really good, group of 8 universities, fantastic. Both of them are Sydney and Melbourne. Now, if you were looking at going for a UG program, you will get a 2 years post-study work permit. Now, if you just flip it and you go to a place like maybe Adelaide, which is still close by, and also having University of Adelaide is also a group of 8 university, but you can get 3 years of post-study work permit. Now, you might want to start thinking what you want to prioritize. You want to prioritize just the university, or you want to prioritize getting possibly a higher duration of post-study work permit. So this is the whole crux of going about it. You guys can take a snapshot, take a screenshot, and save it with you for your future reference. There are some other basic conditions, but when you get your counseling done by us, we're going to check it a lot more thoroughly. Now, I have said all the great things about Australia, right? And I'm sitting in UK. The question that comes to my mind is, why are all the students actually not going to Australia? Everybody should be going to Australia. It's so brilliant, so great. But why is not everybody going to Australia? So there are certain constraints, and I'm going to share them with you now. So as you can see, this is the map of overall Australia. These are all the top universities in Australia. But when you look at them, they are going to be very different when it comes to their cost structure. Their tuition fee will range from 30,000 Australian dollars, which is around 18 lakh rupees, to 55,000 Australian dollars, which will almost go up to like 30 lakh rupees. So from 18 lakhs to 30 lakhs is the per annum tuition cost in Australia. And the challenge again is that if your course is for less than 2 years, then you will not get your post-study work permit. So you need to study for minimum 2 years. Bachelor's is anyways a 3-year course, so you are fine. But for masters, you need to do a 2 years masters. Now that puts a lot of constraint. Your minimum cost of masters goes up to 36 lakhs just in tuition cost. The university I'm sitting in, they give a master's degree for 16 lakh rupees. So 16 lakhs versus 36 lakhs. There's a huge cost up. It's a master's in UK is 1 year, but master's in Australia would be 2 years for you. So this is a very important thing to understand. Also, when you're looking at living expenses, you will not end up spending as much money, but Australia wants you to show $30,000 per annum as a amount required for your living expenses. So again, $30,000 is across approximately 18 lakh rupees. So you will need another 18 lakh rupees to be shown for your living expenses. Now this makes it a pretty it makes it a pretty expensive choice, and hence a lot of students are not going to Australia because they just don't have the funds. They just don't have the money. They're not able to make it absolutely to Australia. So now that's one of the biggest things. Now there are some more details around, what is the health insurance cost and visa application cost, which is there, which gets factored into your choice, which is not that substantial as well. But still, it is a cost that needs to be told to you guys clearly, which if your agents are not telling you, you should know it's on the screen. You can take a screenshot and keep it with you. Now, uh, I'm going to, at the end, also talk about scholarships. So how this cost can be reduced and which universities are offering how much scholarship so that you can manage your expenses accordingly. The other important reason is because Australia has a lot more stringent requirement for academics and language requirements. When UK is offering so many English language test waivers, Dubai is offering English language test waivers, Australia is not. You need to have an IELTS, PTE, or a TOEFL score. It is required, it is mandatory, and you will need it for your visa purpose. So usually most universities will require a 6.5 IELTS or its equivalent. So English language requirement is another important factor. What Australia is trying to do is they're saying we would need only genuine and high quality students. Also, if you're looking for UG, then 65 to 75% marks should be there at least in your grade 12. And if you are going for if you have lower marks, you can take a pathway program. Otherwise, if you have a successful degree with 60% marks undergrad already, then you are also eligible for postgraduate studies. If you are going for undergraduate, then minimum 1 year gap is acceptable after your 12th class. So if you guys are in 12th class right now, all the undergraduate kids, then you need to apply immediately so that you make sure you don't have any gaps and you have a higher probability of getting a visa success. And of course, in PG, you can have work experience, but not unjustified gaps where you are doing nothing. So you need to have justified gaps as to explain what you are doing, studying something, preparing for some exams. So you need to provide that, experience. And this is where the tricky parts come. The two parts. One is funding. The other one is genuine student requirement. So I'm going to explain both the two tricks which are there, which you should be aware of. So how much funds do you need to show? You need to show 1 year's tuition fee. You need to show 1 year's living expense. You need to show OSHC, which is student insurance. And then you need to show some travel expenses. So broadly, if you look at it, you will need to come for, let's say 2 years masters, then 750 AUD, 1,500 AUD for that, 30,000 for this, and let's say 30,000 is the tuition fee. So 60,000, let's say, assuming everything, 65,000. So 65,000 Australian dollars of funding will need to be shown. And this comes with a lot of restrictions around, the income sources. So at least your parents put together should have an annual income, ITR, of 12 lakh rupees. If you're there having 12 lakhs plus, you have a very good chance of getting an Australian clearance to apply for visa. Parth, again, if you're applying, the amount remains practically same because you have to show tuition of 1 year and living of 1 year. So then the amount shown for UG also remains very much similar. The OHSC, which is the healthcare insurance, that will go up to 3 years. So that will become around 2,250 AUD because it's nearly 750 AUD for 1 year, but you have to show for the entire course. So that is what you need to provide. So guys, there's the amount of money required. 65,000 is around 40 lakh rupees. So 40 lakh rupees is approximately the amount that you will be required to show. Now question comes, Aparna Harsh, very good point, my friend. You're asking now what kind of funds can be shown? How are the funds? How can you provide those funds? Now, who all can provide funds? Parents and siblings, grandparents, both dada, dadi, nana, nani, maternal uncle and maternal aunt, जैसे मौसा मासी, and paternal uncle and paternal aunt, tauji, taiji, or chacha, chachi. All of these people are considered as your blood relatives. And what type of banks are accepted? Nationalized banks, private sector banks, and international banks for the education loan. So you can apply for an education loan. There are certain restrictions on what you need to, if you're having an education loan from certain private banks or international banks or NBFCs. Then you might need to get that amount disbursed into your account. And I have a full table waiting for it. So just you can take a screenshot of that. And what type of funds? FDs, education loan, PPF, and savings account. These are the four major ones which are acceptable. There are a lot of conditions. I'm not reading them. You can, if somebody is interested, they can read. But I'm telling you, there are a lot of in-depth checks around the whole financing part that needs to be applied. There are a lot of rules. You don't need to be worried about it, but you need to discuss with our counselors. If you discuss it, we can help you understand where all the gaps are and how you can fix those gaps before you go to Australia. And because it's a lot tricky, exactly what the government wants. Then comes the GS assessment. So GS assessment is two parts. First, you have to fill a form where you have to answer questions about your immigration history, your potential situation in Australia. What are you going to do there? What course and everything. The value of the course that you're doing to your future, your short-term, long-term goals. How are you going to prove that you're going to come back to India? If you're married, then about your spouse. If you have any gaps, and explaining your gaps or your work experience. So it's going to cover basically these topics. These are general topics which are asked in any kind of assessment. So this is the GS assessment. First step is you have to fill a form and send. And then most of the group of 8 universities don't have an interview process, but many of the other universities will also take an interview where they will interview you and ask these same questions over a call where you need to kind of answer them there to the university representatives. So just some more details. GS assessment can be done by agents like counselors like us, by the university college themselves, or also by the Australian High Commission. So multiple people can do this, and I'm going to share with you certain requirements very shortly. But good thing is, like, India was considered a level 3 country. Now it is a level 2 country. So Australia is inviting Indian students. They are saying that now we are happier to bring Indian students with lesser documentation. So that's a positive move in terms of GS assessment. This is the overall student journey, where a couple of important factors, milestones are financial assessments. This is where practically your entire visa gets judged. And then applying for visa and medicals. This is the another important part where your actual visa application is going to happen. So your financial assessment is the biggest important thing. Should be done by the counselor beforehand, and then finally the GS assessment by the university. So guys, let's look at some of the top opportunities of Australia, and do take quick screenshots. Now, this is where I'm sharing with you the scholarships being offered by different universities. I'm just zoomed in a little bit so that you can take a better one. These are the typical scholarships you can get. These are the typical, scholarships you can get across these universities. Nobody tells this information. You guys can take a screenshot and keep it handy with you. I hope you guys have taken the screenshot. I'm going to move ahead. Australian universities have application fees, so be careful in terms of which universities you're applying to. But these are some of the places where we can get you an application fee waiver. In University of Queensland, in Western Australia, in Adelaide, and in Monash. Here we can get some of you guys an application fee waiver as well. So if you guys want, you guys can reach out to us for that. Also, some of us might be from agricultural income background. If you are from agricultural income background, some universities are accepting it. So Deakin, Charles Darwin, University of Newcastle are accepting even full income from agricultural background. And Victoria University and Murdoch University are accepting only 50% agricultural income, and 50% should be from a normal job or business source. You're requiring for... so guys, when I'm talking, just try and take a screenshot at that time itself. This is the scholarship page. You guys can take the screenshot here. Again, this is the intricacy which is there, where you can talks about where some of the unsecured loans are accepted. Secured loans are accepted across all universities, but unsecured loan acceptance varies. And in many of them, you might be requiring the funds to be disbursed as well. So for example, at CQ University, it is fully accepted. Let's say, for example, at La Trobe, Credila is accepted along with personal funds. So not entirely through Credila, but partially through personal funds as well. And so is Monash, is very similar. But if you will see, it is important to understand your financial situation in your university selection as well. Because, for example, University of Technology, Sydney, Credila and Avance are accepted. Full disbursement to be done. Now, that can create a lot of stress and pressure on the students. And hence, this is important that you understand and take guidance from us before you decide which university you want to go for, because your financials will decide that question. GS approval, which all universities we can help you, where we can guide you, we can give you, multiple chances for going through the GS. Queensland, Western Australia, RMIT, New South Wales, Western Australia, QUT, and University of Queensland has come again. But these are the ones where we can help you out. Newcastle and Adelaide, there are partial. Depending on your profile, they might be taken by us or by somebody else. So guys, I've shared with you a lot of details, a lot of insights about what's happening in Australia. As Admit Card, we provide you end-to-end services, including profile building, to counseling, to finding the right course, the scholarships, the education loans, and everything that you guys might need for going to Australia. And this is us on Google. We have more than 1,000 reviews, and our students love us. So this is a little bit about our student outcomes, and that's all, guys. That's me. That's me and my WhatsApp number. You guys can reach out to me on my WhatsApp. You can ping me. I'm sure my team members are already in touch with you. But if you want to reach out to me, you can send me a WhatsApp here. I'm also giving you guys a one-on-one link to set up a one-on-one session with me, which you can use to set up a one-on-one session with me or with Satya or with one of my team members. So this is my Calendly link, guys. You can use this to set up a session or use the WhatsApp number on the screen. So you can use either of the two things, and I'm going to be happy to help you guys out. All right, guys. So we have some time left. So you can take a note of the WhatsApp number. You can take a note of the Calendly link. And also, I'm sure some of you guys have put questions in the Q&A, which I'm going to answer for you guys now. Anubhav, I don't know what you mean by B2B. If you have students that you are guiding and you need our assistance, also you can send me a WhatsApp and I will connect you with my team so that you can further help your students as well. But let's get to the Q&A. Suri Lee, will I get PR after graduation? Suri, yes, you can get PR after graduation. Like I mentioned, you need to check the skilled occupation list. That is very important, that is the course or the occupation you are doing is part of the skilled list or not. But also see the occupation shortage list to see how likely you are to get a job in that domain. Mirza Rehan Beg, what if CGPA and IELTS score is very low? Mirza, if your IELTS score is very low, then your probability of getting a visa is very, very low. Lower GPA is still okay if the university is accepting you, but if your IELTS score is low, then it's going to be a bit of an issue. Sargun is saying, I heard that Australia is rejecting so many visas recently. Sargun, actually visas are not getting rejected. So for example, if your vetting of your profile is happening properly before, we will tell you that should you even go for a visa or not. If not, then you should not apply, because there's a very practically we can understand if the visa will be granted or not. If you're not getting a visa, it's practically because some of the basic things are not being followed while you're filing your visa application. Parth, what about do your own research? Don't trust anyone. But do your own research, understand the opportunities, understand the reason why you are going, talk to current international students, and make sure you are making a very, very informed choice. Anonymous person is asking, so good evening. I have a query regarding study in Australia after MBA from India. Like I'm in my final year of post-graduation. So can we do dual masters in Australia? Yes, you can do dual masters in Australia. If you have scored 6.5 band overall in IELTS, I think you have sufficient funds. An MBA marks till second year is good. So yes, absolutely you can do. Try to go for you should know why you are going, and as long as you know that clarity is there, you should be fine. Shefali Sharma, can I study in New Zealand my LLM and then move into Australia, as Australian universities are a bit expensive? Yes, Shefali, you can do that. While you are in New Zealand, you should still try to work hard on building a network here in Australia so that you get a better chance there. Part where to prepare for IELTS. Guys, if you want to prepare for IELTS, we have a live sessions for IELTS training. You can check out with my team as well. You can put a message on the WhatsApp regarding the same. But yes, I think learning IELTS would mean that you are practicing, and practicing is important. Uh, Pre-recorded sessions, I'm not a big fan of them because they don't really give you proper feedback. And hence, I would say try to go for live classes where there are small classes that can help you understand the curriculum better. Um, Anonymous, is management or law a good option to study? Yes, absolutely. Management is a good option to study. Law is more niche, and hence, if you're studying law, then you should try and get some good background before you go to Australia. Criminology, Sargun, is an exam pattern as well. Criminology is a niche program. We need to find the job opportunities in Australia. There are not so many roles around criminology currently. Noreen Khan, sir, I'm in class 11 now and want to go after class 12 to do MBBS, sir. Noreen, to do MBBS, it's very expensive to do your MBBS in Australia. So do let me know if you have the budget, but it will be in crores, actually. Sargun, the occupation shortage list, criminologist is not there, primarily because that occupation is not listed in itself. Shefali, yes, absolutely. Solicitors have a lot of shortage in Australia, accountants, solicitors, all of these professional programs where accreditation is required. There's a lot of shortage available, but you need to have a good network to get those opportunities. So if you're having a good network, then you will have a good outcome there as well. Riddhi, you're saying, can you study in UAE and then move to Australia? Actually, there are Australian universities in Dubai, Riddhi, like University of Wollongong, University of Curtin, Murdoch University. There are a lot of universities there. If you're going for undergrad, then you can actually move after year one in Dubai, you can move to Australia and then do 2 years there. Because if you're studying for less than 2 years in Australia, you will not get post-study work permit. So that's something you need to be careful about. Suri, how hard is it scholarship test um, for CS engineering? So the scholarship tests are not hard. So there are no scholarships. It is largely based on your prior academic achievements. Is what will be considered for getting you a scholarship. So there will be no exams as such. With Vidyala, Rishika, tell about University of Melbourne for PG. Rishika, I think University of Melbourne is a fantastic university. I've been there a few times. Great students, great environment, great faculty. So you would love it as a postgraduate student. Prem, sir, opportunity for chartered CS, chartered secretaries, absolutely very high opportunities for everyone in accounting field. How supportive is Australia? Amanda is asking for country for students who want to become scientists or researchers. The country is supportive, but as a scientist, you actually need research grants. You need research funding. Uh, research is research funding is not that actively available in Australia. There are PhD positions available, but not that many. So you need to understand the faculty members, the people you are targeting early on, so that you can prepare your research profile according to that. Some more questions in the Q&A. Anirudh Goro, sir, I heard enough I heard through my international friend that we can actually pay our fees by working part-time after going to Australia. Anirudh, I would seriously suggest you don't look into that kind of an opportunity, because then what you end up doing is you end up working part-time. You end up not having any career. If you are just wanting to be a restaurant worker in Australia for the rest of your life, then maybe that's the right choice for you. But that's something which is very, very risky, and it's not really a career that you should aspire for. Is nursing or IT sector doing good in Australia? Nursing is doing really good. It's become more competitive, and yeah, it's become competitive. So that's the challenge. Lakshmi Narsimran, I had a few questions. First, if you're studying some course like Masters in Aviation Management, and if you did get PR code not matched, didn't get PR code not matched, what are other ways to match, sir? And however, Masters in Aviation Management is it best if there's demand according to you? So, Lakshmi, I think if you're going for any course, your course is one, but the occupation shortage list is linked to the occupation. So all these countries, typically, if you do one program, for example, aviation management, you can still go in for project management. So it's not that you are restricted to aviation management. So there could be associated programs or associated jobs in which you can still get PR, and that is where immigration lawyers specialize in, and they can help you navigate that journey. But that is something that you can plan for once you're there in Australia. And there are certified immigration lawyers who are not certified to give you immigration advice, but there are people who can do that for you. And but that's broadly the picture around it. Sargun, is Victoria University a good option? Again, depends on what the course you are looking for, what your overall constraints and profile is. So don't look for simplified answers, look for specific answers to your profile. So guys, book a session with me and my team, and just putting the link again, do book a session or send in a WhatsApp message, and we're going to help you guys out. All right, guys, I think I have shared majority, I've answered majority of your questions. Vidyala, if you are looking for scholarship tests, there are scholarship tests, guys. You can get that answer. You don't need a scholarship test. We can get you those scholarships purely on the basis of your prior academics. Anamika Bhosle, you're interested in doing occupational theory. You are BAMS Ayurveda graduate. Is it good to option since I'm from a medical background, or can I get into masters in OT after a bridge course? You can actually get into you can do a bridge course in occupational therapy. Will you get admission? Yes. Will you get the visa? If everything else falls in place, yes. But what will be important is that you should try and get some kind of an exposure here in India to make you a lot more employable in the Australia. Or while you are studying, you will need to be able to build certain skills requirement by as an occupational therapist, which will not just be taught in your program. So getting a job, although there is a lot of opportunity there, but it might not be that straightforward and simple. So please make sure, guys, that you are preparing for your skills as well. But is occupational therapy a good domain to go for? Absolutely, yes. All right, guys, it was fantastic. We're almost up in time, so I look forward to speaking with you guys shortly. This is my one-on-one session link where you guys can book a session again, and the WhatsApp number is well on the screen. But it was, I hope you guys enjoyed the webinar today, and also the mini tour of Oxford Brookes University here in the UK, not related to Australia, but yeah, just the place that I am here at. And if you guys enjoyed the session today, just give me a thumbs up, just say good, average, bad, whatever in the chat. Just let me know your feedback. Thanks, Lakshmi. Thanks, Parth. Give me a thumbs up. Just thanks, Anamika. Always great to get some feedback and just understand that we are adding value or not. Thanks, Anirudh. Thanks, Opidati. Lovely, guys, and I hope you guys also took all the screenshots that you wanted. Thanks, Tarun, and I hope that you get all the right advice and you great careers. All right, thanks, Suri. Suri, you can book a one-on-one session. It's a free session. So guys, this one-on-one session is free of cost. So you can absolutely book it and you will get all your questions answered very specific to your profile. All right, guys, it was fantastic talking to all of you, and I will now see you guys some in the one-on-one sessions or continue this on the WhatsApp chat.